Okay, I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why buying large apartment buildings is better than buying tiny apartments. If you want to know why tiny apartments are better than large apartments, check out my other video because I also have 3 reasons why tiny apartments are better than large apartment buildings. Okay, so reason number 1, the scalability, the net worth, right? I've combined those two, okay? Is exponential, right? You're buying these large apartment buildings and your net worth starts to multiply extremely fast. So that's really one great thing about large apartment complexes over smaller apartment complexes, okay? It's crazy. The multiplication is insane, right? I've seen it happen in my life, okay? Number 2, you have a large apartment building, guess what? There's more cash flow, right? You're gonna be making more cash flow. Your net worth grew and your cash flow is gonna grow because now you have a building that's 100 units producing cash flow over a building that only has 10 units. Now, it all depends how much ownership you have of that 100 unit building, right? If you only own 5% of that building, well, you're not gonna have a lot of cash flow. But if you structure it right, you got a great deal. Maybe you got some private investors that you don't give away any equity, right? Maybe they just come in and take 20% of ownership of the building and you own 80% of that building, right? You got a great deal. You own 30%, you own 50%. That is great. Now you have massive cash flow and massive net worth. Number 3, the loans are so much easier to get than these tiny apartments. You got a 10 unit for $500,000? It's hard to get a loan. I mean, it's harder. It's not impossible. It's just a little bit harder. And usually those are recourse. So you got to sign your name and give your firstborn away in case that project fails. They come and take everything, okay? Even the dog, they'll take everything. All right. Now, the loans are easier on the bigger projects because a lot of these banks want to give bigger loans and they give you a non-recourse loan, which means you don't personally guarantee that loan. If something happens there, they can't come for your dog. They can't come for your kids. Hey, they might come for your spouse. You can let them have their spouse, right? Give the spouse away, no problem. But, it's a lot easier to get a loan for larger apartment complexes. That's just the way it is. I'm actually going to give you a bonus. The bonus here is raising money, right? You're going to buy a big apartment building. People say, oh, you got to raise a lot of money. Yes, you do. But if you're buying a large apartment building in an area that is very desirable, you're going to have these private equity funds or these family offices. What these people do is they're looking for operators. They're looking for places to place their money. So if you got to raise, $10 million and it's a great project, some of these funds will come in and they'll fund 100% of it or 90% of it or 80% of it. So if you got to go raise $10 million, now they come in with $9 million. Now you only got to go raise $1 million. And that should not be a problem if you got a great project. There's actually many more tips or many more reasons why large apartments are better than tiny apartments, but I'll leave you with these 3, which are my favorite. And again, if you want to see why tiny apartments are better than large apartments, go check out my other YouTube video.